So life keeps causing you to become more. The question is, are you keeping up with the more that you are becoming? If you are, then you feel great with every bit of expansion. But if you aren't, then the expansion is sort of beating you up. When enough expansion beats you up, you don't believe in Santa anymore. You don't believe in well-being anymore. You come to not trust in yourself. And so that's why we are asking you in a rather bold way here today to get the crane, to reach for the true power and discover your true leverage. Use your true leverage. So far, if you haven't had the experience where you quiet your mind like in meditation, and where you actually feel the release into resistance and the sensation of your vibration rising, and therefore you haven't yet experienced a thought from your vortex or from your inner being dropping into your mind because you're in the receptive mode, and so you pick up on it. Go to the gate, Esther. Go to the gate. Go to the gate now. Go to your gate now. So if you haven't had the experience of that, and then you haven't seen why it was of value to be at the gate, then these are just so many words. Esther looks like somebody very sure of herself who talks very loud and a lot of words. But if you have had the personal experience where you've deliberately quieted your mind on a pretty regular basis, and you are pretty consistently getting impressions about things, impressions that you follow through on, impressions that are knowledge that your inner being holds and that you're in the vicinity, so you get the impression of it. You call it different things. You call it inspiration, you call it guidance, you call it a still small voice, you call it source energy, you call it channeling. But all of you have access to this constant stream of knowledge on your behalf that's not just being broadcast in the atmosphere like, oh, let's shine the well-being upon the earthlings. It's specific to you. It's your inner being and all who care about you, who are interested in the thing that you're interested about, who know things about where you stand in relationship to everything that matters to you. This loving grace of constant guidance and energy being flowed to you. The authenticity of this Santa is not in question, and the ability to deliver the goods is not in question. The only question is, do you believe? The only question is. And if you've believed in that phony bearded man who let you down over and over again, then maybe it's hard to get you to believe in source energy or non-physical. But look around. You got to admit, there's got to be more to this than just you guys. You're wonderful, but you haven't scraped enough dirt together to launch a new planet into orbit in a long time, or ever. There's way more. You're way more. You're a part of something that is so big. It's time for you to just let yourself in on the bigness of it and stop pretending unworthiness. It felt awful every time you did it. When you're little and somebody says to you, you're stupid, you go, When you're little, you defend yourself because you know you're a bad boy. No, I'm not. You misunderstand me. You misunderstand completely. And so when you say to yourself, I'm bad, I don't deserve, you misunderstand. You misunderstand. You've been pinching it off without knowing that you've been pinching it off. You're the only one who could pinch it off. You didn't mean to pinch it off, but you pinched it off. And when you stop pinching it off, good stuff will flow. Well, how can I stop pinching it off? Well, you're probably going to need a lobotomy. Or you're going to want to meditate. Or you're going to want to go way general. Or you're going to want to daydream a little. Somehow you have to show yourself that the power is still there for you. You got to trust a little bit that it's there, and then you got to apply some of these tools to touch it, and then you got to recognize that you're touching it, and then you got to apply it, and then you'll know. And it doesn't take very much before you begin to feel your own goodness, your own invincibility, your own ability to create whatever you want. And if we were standing in your physical shoes, anyone who pretends to be the Santa Claus through which your well-being flows, we just say to them, I love you, please get lost. Let the universe deliver to you. Don't take anyone's word for it. Let them show up on your terms. Ooh. And what are those terms? You had a quieted mind and you felt them coming. That's why Esther, she was so excited to meet this girl. She doesn't know where it's going or what it will mean, but she knew something brought them together that was bigger than just stumbling to each other, because Esther knew she was someplace she didn't think she really wanted to be. She would have rather stayed in the first class lounge, but she couldn't. She couldn't stay there. The thought was too big. She's walking down the corridor with her suitcase thinking, why am I here? There's a mass of humanity here. There's a mass of humanity and crying children. Because she's been around long enough to know when she gets an impulse, it means something. You see? Helpful?
You're very helpful. Thank you very much.